All right.
Hey,
Here we are. Hey, how's it
Josh
going?
Ramo Show.
Yeah.
We're back.
Just the red button there. Yeah. All right. So another same day,
Same day, another dollar.
different video, right?
Different video.
This is episode number 3, I think, for the Josh and Mo Show here.
It might be 4.
Man, we're making progress. It might be 4 even. Who knows? Yeah, I think it is 4
What
actually.
are we talking about today?
I think we're talking about an interesting subject. We agreed on talking about building a business within the business, right?
Yeah.
Going from being self-employed to being an entrepreneur.
Mhm.
You know, like they have that like cash flow quadrant, right?
Yeah.
Like you're on, instead of being on this side of the fence, you're on that side of the fence.
You want to be an employee, business owner,
Yeah.
investor.
Yeah.
What do you want to be?
Yeah, so we're talking about building a team within an organization,
Yeah.
right? Kind of like a franchise.
Yeah.
Kind of think of it as a franchise, right? I mean, if I bought a McDonald's, right? I mean, if they've got all the systems, they've got all the patties, they've got all the measurements, they've got all the recipes, right?
Yeah.
And I gotta share profit with them, right? Share profit with them, and I build within their model
Well, because they have a structure, right?
because they have a process.
They have a process, structure. Why
Yeah.
not bring that to your business?
Why not bring it to
and share the value and product knowledge that you have
Yeah.
throughout your career to someone else
To someone
and
else.
develop them.
Yeah, we're not quite McDonald's just yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there, right? But yeah, like same kind of idea, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, how does that look like for someone? I mean, when does it happen?
How do you start?
Yeah, how do you start building? Like
Most people think that you have to be successful already to start building your own team.
Yeah,
I mean, our system and process is so easy to learn that you can teach that right off the bat.
you can. I mean, selling insurance to people that have requested information on insurance.
Yeah.
You know, it could be taught quite easily.
Yeah. And when I first started, one of my mentors at the time was like, you got to figure out, you're good. You're good on your own pen. You wrote a lot of business.
Yeah.
You got to figure out how to be omnipresent. And I'm like, I barely heard that in church.
Yeah.
Jesus is always, God's all omnipresent. How do I be everywhere?
Yeah.
Well, building
right?
nationwide.
Yeah.
I can teach the same process in Texas over
Sure.
the phone for it. So once you figure that out, I mean, yes, you need those individuals that have the same drive and motivation, but they don't have to be exactly like you,
Yeah.
right? And you can teach that, and then they can teach that.
Yeah.
And you start building your downline, or you start building overrides,
Mhm.
and you come with spreads, because in most cases, what can you make as an agent on your own pin your first couple years? And you're let's say you're running and gunning, you're maximizing everything. You're Superman. In the
If you're
industry.
doing really good, you'll break 6 figures
yeah, of
your
course.
first year. We've seen that happen quite a few
all
times,
time.
right? Break 6 figures. If you're really, 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 really good, right? We've seen people make 300 grand,
300.
250 grand
300.
first year agents,
Yeah.
right? In life insurance.
Yeah.
I mean, how turned up are you if you're making a quarter?
You're working.
You're working,
definitely
right?
Working
You're pretty working. You're pretty working. Yeah. And I think what I found is like, we all kind of want to avoid that like burnout, right? We all kind of want to avoid that, and to maintain the activity and energy and commitment, right, that it takes to make $250,000 a year selling insurance, like year after year after year after year after year after year after year, and then a few more years, it's quite challenging.
Yeah.
Right? It's quite challenging. So I think building a team allows you to buy back some time. Right? It's not people like they talk about this passive income like concept. It's not like passive income means like you sleep all day and money just like drops in your bank account, right? Sometimes, yeah, sometimes. But I think more so what it means is you end up in different roles. Like if we talked about McDonald's, right? Maybe if you started at McDonald's, you were like the cleaning person, right? And then you became like the person at the till, right? Taking orders.
Yeah.
But then if you got people doing the cleaning jobs and you got people doing the You recruited into that. Guess where you might be now? You might be the shift leader.
Yeah.
Right? And then if you build a little more and you get a shift leader, then when you end up being like the floor manager.
Yeah.
And then if you recruit a little more and you get a floor manager, well then so I think it's like delegate to elevate, I heard. Mm-hmm. Right? So in order for you to level up in position, and eventually you'll make your way to CEO of your business.
Yeah.
Right? Of your business. But initially you wear all the hats.
All the hats.
Right?
Yeah.
How many hats do you wear? You're the dialer, you're the seller, you're the recruiter,
everything.
you're the interviewer, you're the new business person. You know what I mean? Like you wear.
Let me put you on hold for the.
Hello, hey now, right? So yeah, you're doing a lot, but eventually, the idea is to delegate some of these tasks, and then that allows you to elevate in levels of leadership, right? We've got a level of leadership chart that shows you like, hey, if you do this is the level that you're at. And while you're at this level, this is what you need to be doing, is getting to this level.
Yeah.
So we kind of have that charted out too, actually.
Well, that's one aspect.
Right?
If you have an agent that's hitting $250,000 or more around that range every single year for multiple years, it's almost essential to go up.
It is.
You need, like, what's next?
What's next?
People are motivated by advancement.
Yeah.
What's next? Well, duplicate yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't mean that you're going to hire or recruit one person that's going to automatically their first year do $250,000.
No.
If they can do 50% of what you do, it's winning.
That's winning.
Right?
For them.
And are you doing it for free?
For them too. Most of us that sell life insurance, we believe that we want to help people. Like when I'm doing interviews, a lot of people say they come to insurance because they want to help people, right?
Well, that's the number one reason why.
It's the number one reason why. They want to help people. They like helping people, or they're people,
yeah.
right? But like building a team is the same thing. Somebody helped me by recruiting me into this business, right? I mean, somebody helped you by recruiting you into this business, right?
I mean, that's what building is. You're not their manager.
Yeah.
You don't manage. Managers are meant to manage process.
Yeah.
If you should hire a manager to manage your process or structure.
Yeah.
We're builders. We develop people into becoming what they want.
It's mentorship.
Mentorship.
It really is, right? I mean, and speaking of mentorship, right? We were talking a little bit prior about the balance between comp and this mentorship.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I know that there are organizations where you can come in and you take a really big piece of the pie. But when you do that,
and then you don't. How much help do you get?
I think a lot of them are calling us.
I don't think we're the only
I don't get training.
I don't think we're the only ones that value our time as much as anyone else in the industry.
Sure.
If you value your time, you're not going to do it for free.
You're not going to do it for free, right? This isn't a nonprofit. It's not a nonprofit.
If I give you the same comp as me and I just hired you,
yeah,
I value my time where I'm going to help someone that actually appreciates that or can develop into that. I just gave you mine.
Yeah.
Like you have all the piece of the pie.
Yeah. Well, that's a sink or swim situation.
Yeah.
You either, here's some material, here's some videos. Don't call me if you need me. Right? I mean, honestly, right? I mean, that's the situation I generally agents are saying, hey, I called, I tried to get an answer. I can't get someone to call me back. They won't reply to an email even. It's been 4 or 5 days. Well, the reason why is because there's no vested interest.
Yeah.
As there's vested interest in our leadership in making sure and guiding and helping you to be successful, that's a benefit to you.
There's time and energy you put into it.
A lot of time and energy, right? I mean, you're a manager, you're a leader, right? I mean, your whole day goes into managing and leading and mentoring and training.
Yeah.
There's different tasks that you're doing, but it's a lot of time and energy. And I think that like watering and Miracle Grow to an agent, helps them grow, right?
Yeah,
it helps
eventually
them grow.
You want them up to your level, right?
You do.
But if you give it all right away, it's like, okay, how are you going to build your business then?
How are you going to build your business?
And that's why we have, thank God we have spreads, but you're able to earn that in 6 months or less in the first year.
Yeah. I think we did a comparison recently where in other organizations, in order to make about $200,000 a year in passive income through a team, you would need somewhere between like 45 and 70 agents. right? 45 and 70 agents. Where with our spread and platform, you're looking at somewhere between like 8 and 15. 10, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 and 15.
That's a huge difference.
That's a huge difference,
Yeah.
right? Now, these agents will eventually increase in comp, right,
Well,
as they grow.
So check that out. 10 agents versus 50 agents. They're doing the same amount of premium.
Yeah, same amount of
Same amount of premium. What agent group is making more? 10.
Definitely
10 people, right? And that says a lot about our mentorship and our trainings and webinars. You're plugged in. 10 people are plugged in.
Yeah.
50 people are not plugged in, and they're just like, hey, here's some material, here's comp, figure it out.
Yeah, I think it
valuable.
takes a lot longer to get 50 people too.
How long do you think those 10 agents are going to last? A longer time, because there's investment into them.
Yeah,
There's
and they have an
development
opportunity to grow their commission to where that other team is.
Yeah.
Right?
Easy.
And as they start to build, it'll build you as well. But more people make it because of the training, the mentorship, the process. I mean, I think our processes are getting pretty, we weren't really a national building organization, right? I mean, prior to COVID, we were building in our backyard, right? In our backyard, right? With very restricted areas, right? And that was effective, right? I mean, we said our agents we had a higher retention, we had higher production. It was effective, but we realized as COVID kind of came about that it wasn't as efficient.
Right.
Right? It wasn't as efficient.
I mean, we're kind of blocked off. We fenced each
pool,
other off.
The pool is way bigger than we thought.
Yeah.
Right? It's way bigger now. We were swimming in a pool, all of us. Now we're swimming in the ocean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Literally, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we were all in a pool in my backyard, trying to catch fish, and now we're swimming in an ocean. And there's just so much potential for new people to come in and to build what we build. I mean, you built what I built in half the time, maybe even a quarter. And I think people can come in and build what you've built.
Yeah.
In
especially
half the time.
Knowing what we know now is we both like even that speed of development that is you versus I. If I would have known that in the very beginning, right off the bat,
you would have been recruiting.
It would have been recruiting,
and you didn't for years.
And building and duplicating myself and getting out of the mentality of I need to do good in order to make sure someone else does good.
Yeah.
Hey, just learn along the way.
Sure.
The best agents are the ones that come together and they know nothing and they train together.
They train
and
together.
then they're getting mentored together.
Yeah.
If it's a single agent, that's a little bit harder because they don't have that.
It's like an accountability partner too,
buddy
right?
system.
Yeah,
in the military, buddy
system. Sure. Yeah.
Just start hiring that.
Yeah.
You can't come unless you got a buddy.
You can't come unless you got a buddy, right? I think. Not to mention, it's funner, right? Is funner a word? It's more fun.
I don't think it is.
It's more fun, right?
It's more fun
when you're doing it with a friend, right? When you're doing it with a friend, you're growing together.
In my agency, that ones that stick together,
Yeah.
they're not even buddies. They just start at the same time or around
Yeah.
the same time.
Yeah.
Hey, group them up, study the scripts, the presentation. They learn faster and better along the way.
Partnering up. Yeah.
Hey, partner up, load of scripts, and then I'm gonna test both of you guys.
Best both you guys.
Boom. Every single week.
Yeah.
And then hiring remotely.
Hiring remotely's been like the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, I've got a few agents in all kinds of states that I've never met before that I'm looking forward to meeting. That are doing great through our training, through our virtual platform, right? I mean,
from home.
From home, yeah. And to be honest with you, I think working from home has made this career so much more attractive.
Yeah.
The idea of going to people's houses and driving around and knocking on doors.
Look what happened. Everyone started working remotely, even the big corporations. And they're like, okay, everything's kind of getting back to normal. Let's come back to work, and they weren't used to that. They're like, no, I like it better at work. I mean, at home.
At home, totally. I mean, listen, I think the work-life balance while you're working from home is substantially higher. It's substantially higher. I think it is, and for some reason, I think that people are generally happier working at home. I think so. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you don't have to work. You have the choice of working full time, part time, at home, in an office, Like,
I mean,
pick
listen,
your
not
poison.
to mention gas prices. Let's be real here. I mean, all that money. I mean, how much? Do you remember how much you were spending a month in gas? I think I was around $600 a month.
Yeah, somewhere
in
around there.
in gas on average,
somewhere
right?
around there.
So now all that. Guess where that $600 is going?
Back in your business.
Back in my business, in marketing, in leads,
Marketing,
in recruiting, in building, in my business, right? So I think that in itself is just been. Forget about oil changes. Forget about. I mean, the brakes on the M4 aren't cheap. I'm just saying. I mean,
Yeah, well, that's the key. That's the beauty of it. You hire someone in Florida. We're in California.
Yeah.
You train them. They're on our webinars. They plug into our system and processes, and now they can sell someone in Texas. They don't have to be in their backyard.
I mean, they could be all over the country, right? It could be anywhere. We're looking for agents in all 50 states, and we're looking for agents that want to take or want to see this as an entrepreneurial position, as a business. It's a business opportunity, not a job, right? I mean, we want that like entrepreneurial mindset, entrepreneurial spirit that can take you where?
Financial freedom.
I know, right? Financial freedom. What does that mean, financial freedom?
Everyone is looking for that. When you join the insurance industry, you hear financial freedom.
Yeah.
Well, it's not worried about your finances.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to get married and not have to borrow any money.
Yeah.
Just cash here, boom. Get whatever you want.
Get whatever you want.
This is what I want. This is what I'm going to get.
Yeah.
For it. And number one thing when you're getting married is what?
Cost.
Worrying about finances.
Yeah.
Right?
The cost. Yeah.
We had to worry about other stuff.
Sure.
From that. So financial freedom is
like what your dog was going to wear.
What my dog was going to wear. I wish we had my little.
How's Sadie,
back.
by the way? I know, right? She's doing good.
Yeah, bless her soul. She would have had a wedding dress if we had it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're not worrying about your finances, having that in order. I mean, of course, you start making more money, you got to make sure that you're managing that correctly because a lot comes in, a lot goes out.
Yeah.
Unless you're really good at that. I mean, going out to eat, taking care of your family, not worrying about if there's any money in the tank.
Yeah.
For that. So a lot of people come to the industry for that, but they don't understand that it's you got to put in work before that. You have to earn that financial freedom. It's not just now I work for Shura, I'm going to take the week off or a month off because now I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah. What is it? Success comes before work only in the dictionary. Is that what it is? Right. I think that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, regardless of whether you're building or you're helping clients, selling insurance, nothing's going to happen if nothing's happening, right? You got to work.
You got to have conversations.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, you're having conversations on developing people, stuff that you're learning. Hey, come along with me, learn with me. I know there's more opportunity because you're seeing all of the agents making their income, making their income goals, but along the way you're developing as a person, and then you become a builder. Like there's a lot of agents that don't have the aspirations of doing that, which is fine, and they want to do their own thing for a while. But there comes a time where their reasons why start watering
kind of like
down.
that law of the lid. That kind of reminds me like the law of the lid. Like you've reached your potential kind of in the space that you're at, and it's I think you mentioned we want a new challenge.
Yeah.
Right. We want a new challenge. We want a new venture, and I think building a team is that new venture.
It is.
Right. It is that new venture,
Yeah.
and it is the next step, and you can do it as soon as you start here, right? I mean, I heard something recently. You could build without a license, even, right? I mean, like as soon as you're in the gate, right? You're starting.
You don't need a license for that.
You can bring somebody on with you, right? And
you might be getting bonuses or trips.
You will receive bonuses and trips, right? We've put together some contests, some rewards for people that are actively building. I mean, at the end of the day, you building your team helps build someone else's team, right?
Well,
and you need to help others in order to help yourself.
Yeah. Let me share something with you about why I decided to build, and it might it might relate to a lot of folks that are watching this.
All right.
What's fulfilling now? Like as an individual agent, you know how many records I broke?
Yeah, I do.
As an individual, yes, it's good getting the trophy, But what happens the next day?
Yeah.
You wake up.
Trophy's gone.
Trophy's
well, it's in the cabinet.
No,
I
the
guess.
trophy's
It's
right
back
here, you know,
right?
or something. But it's empty. Feeling.
It's a new challenge.
It's empty feeling because you just did that, and it was 12 months ago. No one remembers that.
Sure.
For it. But if you take an individual and develop them, and you know they have that drive, that same drive as you, they want to change their family, their legacy. They want to, you know, drive a better car, live in a better area, and you develop them and you share that your knowledge with them, and you see the blossom of that.
Yeah, their growth.
Is that not fulfilling?
It's like a child.
You know, it's like
having a kid, right? It's like having a kid and watching them walk down the aisle, or graduate from high school,
or get a base hit,
get a base hit, or a home run.
It's that proud dad feeling.
It's a proud dad
right?
feeling. It really is. A proud parent.
Because you know how hard it is taken. You know, it's not easy. It's not for everyone.
It's not.
Right?
It's not.
But if they put in the time and effort and they're willing to develop and be coachable, that's fulfilling right there. That's what I call, you know, when I'm fulfilled.
Yeah.
For it.
So in summary, we have an opportunity to build a team, right? We have an opportunity to build a book of business, and through building a book of business and building a team, we are wanting and expect agents to make $250,000 a year. If you're looking to make $250,000 a year and you feel like you have what it takes, how should they reach out to you, Josh?
ManzanoMaster.agency. You can find me there.
Okay, all right.
You get on my calendar too. We'll
get on your calendar, right? They've got a Calendly, right, that they can jump on. I have a website, Protect with Mo. So protectwithmo.com. Jump on there, get on our calendar. Let's have a conversation. Let's see if you're a good fit for us, if we're a good fit for you.
Yeah.
So
at the least network. You don't even have to. We don't even have to hire you.
Sure, no, we don't have to hire you. I mean, it's insurance is a small world, so I mean, I think it's nice to just kind of get to know the players, and again, if there's a fit, we'd love to move forward. If not, then we wish you the best on your journey.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on our?
I hope they got some value. We're touching. I hope I touched one person. Hope we touch one person.
I know, right? Yeah.
That's.
I'm sure it'll be more.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be more. Thanks for your time.
There you go.